I have an unbelievable respect for their program, their coach, their coaching staff. They they play hard. They play hard. I mean, it was a 45-minute rock fight, and they never let up. We never let up. It was almost like old school Big East when both of us, Louisville and West Virginia, were back in the Big East. One of my coaches said that. So I give them a ton of credit. It was a really, really good college basketball game. I'm proud of our guys for having the wherewithal late in the game. We lost that lead late in regulation, fought back, and got a bunch of stops in overtime, and found a way to come out with a win. Obviously, Chucky's performance was spectacular. Been doing this a long time. Coach Chris Paul, several other NBA point guards, and that was one of the single most dominant performances on both ends of the floor by a point guard that I've ever seen standing on the sidelines as a coach. So, but not just Chucky. I just think all our guys dug down deep, gutted the win out, guarded with everything we had, and just played really hard. I'm proud of them.
We'll go to Brooks Holton on Zoom.
Yeah, this question is for Chucky. Just wanted to ask about, you had a chance, to put your team ahead there at the free throw line. You missed the second one. How much of that kind of, stuck with you heading into overtime? Obviously had a big game despite, that one moment, but how much did that kind of, just like get you going even more to kind of finish strong after having a chance to maybe end it there?
I told my teammates I'm gonna make up for it. Shouldn't have missed the free throw in the first place, but I also told them that we're not gonna lose this game the entire second half. My team found ways to dig deep, get stops. KP showed out really, really well for us in the second half defensively for us, and so did Javon. The whole team stepped up, and that's what you want. That's what you want to play with as a point guard. Just gritty players, and that's why I love this team so much.
Tyler Graver on Zoom.
Yeah, this one is for Pat. Pat, you mentioned that this was a 45-minute rock fight for your guys. Just, it's still only November, 28th, Thanksgiving. Just how much does this experience show you about your team, and how much do you learn from a game like this?
Yeah, somebody said this a while ago, and I don't know who to attribute the quote to, but the game doesn't build character, but it reveals it. And, in an atmosphere, an environment like this, and a stage like this, both yesterday and today, you could see the competitive character of our players. Just a bunch of crazed dogs out there that fight for every rebound, every loose ball, and just play for each other. I'm lucky to be their coach.
Corey Bozeman on Zoom.
Congrats on the big win, Coach. What have you learned about yourself as a coach during the tournament? And then secondly, what have you learned about the resilience of your team and coaching staff during this season so far?
What I learned about myself as a coach is I'm a really, really good coach when I give the ball to Chucky Hepburn at the end of the game and get the crap out of the way.
Tyler, go ahead with another question.
Yeah, this one goes back to Chucky. You mentioned your intention to show people that you want to be one of the best guards in the country, prove you are one of those. I know it's early in the year, but how, I guess, gratifying is it to have two performances like this for yourself to kind of announce that to people?
I mean, still helping my teammates, just them giving me the trust to be able to go out and get the ball in my hands and make plays for myself and my teammates, I love playing with this team, This is probably the most confidence I've ever had in college, just having the ball in my hands and, just to be able to have a coaching staff and teammates that believe in you, that gives me even more confidence to show that I'm one of the best point guards in the country.
Back to Brooks on Zoom.
Yeah, this could be for Chucky or Reyne, but after you guys had such a hot start, to both halves yesterday, you come out and I think you make one, 1 for 9, 1 for 10, something like that. Kind of, how do you guys kind of stay confident, and just to stay in that mindset and, stay positive in that moment, kind of knowing that this is going to be a different type of game when you have to win with, maybe defense and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, we can't rely on our effort and energy on if we make shots or not. And we talk about being consistent all the time, and that's with everything we do. And doesn't matter if we go 1 for 9 or 9 for 9. It's kind of that same mentality that each possession is the most important one. So we make it an emphasis that it doesn't matter how we shoot it or what. Like, we can control our effort, we can control how we guard, and that's kind of the main focus in the huddle.
Here in the room.
Chucky, just following up, comparing this system you're in now, is it a better fit for your game? Especially getting the basket, getting to the line than Wisconsin, or just different? Or?
I'm not knocking Wisconsin's system. Everybody has their special ways to win. I won a lot of games at Wisconsin, and I just transferred just because I wanted to play a little more faster. And Coach Kelsey gave me the keys when I first committed, and that's why I came to here. And yeah, I'm not knocking Wisconsin's system at all. I was a winner there. Won a Big Ten championship and found ways to win there. So, not knocking it at all.
Anything else for this group?
Well, and Chucky, today, was there anything in their defense where you just saw early, hey, I can take advantage of this, or
Oh
the idea was gonna go
just
like
kind of reading the way they play me in the first half. That's kind of how I am as a player. Just reading the way they play me in the first half and second half. Just to take advantage of, who's guarding me. Who's trying to stay in front of me, who's trying to foul me. And having Payne Steven on the staff, it's really good for us because he's just a really good mentor for me. He teaches me ways how to draw fouls, how to score, how to play defense. So can't be thankful enough for that.
CL Brown on Zoom.
Yeah, regardless of what happens tomorrow in the championship game, did this trip to the Bahamas, did it prove anything to you all as players and Coach Kelsey, or is this how you felt like this team was coming in here and now the rest of the nation also sees it?
I mean, we do our best to not look in the past and not look out into the future, but look at what's right in front of us and to try to be excellent and be great in that. So what people said, what they're going to say, it doesn't matter. The most important thing in the history of the program is the next thing we do. And that's these guys getting off their feet, resting, recovering, hydrating, get great sleep, coaches preparing. And, we're 0-0 in that first 4-minute segment tomorrow, and we're going to try our best to win that.
Brooks.
Yeah, Pat, you speak so often just about, how you can tell that this is a team full of veterans. I'm wondering there, after you guys, late in the second half, you take the lead, but then you give up, I think it was an 8-0 run there. I'm kind of take us through what the vibe was from your players during timeouts. I'm on the bench kind of as you guys are trying to claw your way back into a game, but then also, have that lead slip away and, just kind of getting that back and forth sort of game. It's kind of the first one you've had here at Louisville. So just kind of curious.
We were trying to do a couple things. I mean, obviously to put the ball in Chucky's hands because he was dominant on the offensive end, and we were trying to exploit some mismatches with some pick and rolls. And I could have done a better job of being more clear on who I wanted to set the ball screen, and we just messed that up. And I'm kicking myself for the next couple possessions. So I could have done some things better and different. And then, down at the other end, I just felt like we weren't ourselves defensively. It was just we were playing the moment and the score or whatever, and we didn't lock into our defensive principles, and we just got a little bit, as we call it, fluffy for about 2 or 3 possessions. And and they scored a couple times on us. You tip your cap. A couple of them were tough shots. But then when we went back to that huddle as we were going into overtime, I didn't even have to say anything. Before I even walked in there after I did our little sugar huddle with the coaches, veterans like Reyne and Kaysen and Chucky and Javon and Noah and Fat and those guys had already done all the talking. And sometimes as a coach, the best coaching you can do is just get the heck out of the way. And these guys really stepped up, and the players were phenomenal.
Tyler Graver, last one.
Yeah, Pat, apologies here for a bit more of an abstract question when it comes to Chucky. But you played point guard for a long time, and you've expressed a really high level of confidence in him from the start. I'm curious, when you watch him play as a point guard, when you first started scouting him, what was kind of the first thing that jumped out to you from that you it resonated with you of like, that's how a point guard should play, and I need that kid?
I mean, how long you got? You know, I mean, I could
As
go on.
as much time as you got.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a stinking winner. I mean, look at him. He's over here and had a great experience at Wisconsin, played for phenomenal coach, won championships, made baskets to win championships. He is a flat out winner. You know, and I say all the time, you know, the best point guards are the ones that you can give the ball to at 7 at night and give it back to you safe and sound at 9. In this case, you give it to them at 12 and they give it back to you at about 2:20 after overtime. Safe and sound. And that's what he is. He's just a quarterback on the floor, an extension of the coaching staff, and he just plays his best in big moments with great bravado. So I'm here pumping his tires, and I'm going to go back and watch the film, and I'm going to blast him on about 12 of his mistakes on the defensive end in the second half.
I agree.
One more here in the room.
Chucky, who knows if you're going to play Arizona in the championship or not, but I know you played against them last year, and just curious if you remember anything about that game or them as a team.
We may not play them, though, but go ahead.
Yeah, whatever team we play, you know, both really good teams. We got to get ready for both. What's most important to us, we got to rest and recover. Doesn't matter who we play tomorrow. We just got to focus on recovering, staying hydrated, and just preparing for the next thing.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.